Hey guys, Freedom Chef here. We're doing this little happy smiley stuff. I might call it the Danielle Keep Please video series or something because she's always mad that it's only ever political. But part of the whole tick boxes, self-sufficiency, reliance, learning new skills, having a good time, all that sort of stuff. I figured I'd throw on the Fuk Fear drink beer t-shirt for this particular little project, and I just thought it'd be fun. And I've kind of decided I'm going to have a crack at home brew. We all know I love a good beer. Now Coopers haven't thrown me a sponsorship yet, so shout out to you guys. Want to chuck some dollars, I'll take it. Bottom line is we've got a big 30 litre keg here of sorts. Now I've done the idiot, a bit like the Bitcoin for Idiots segment, because I'm a simpleton and I like to just sort of start from the basics. But you essentially buy the enhancer, the yeast, and the lager mix, so that's not, you don't even buy the white sugar anymore for these introductory kits, which I think is a good place to start because I don't really know what I'm doing. I tried it once years ago, it was a bit of a disaster, so I'm going to have a bit of a crack. We'll call it older and wiser. So this thing's been cleaned, washed, polished, sanitised with Brew Clean and Brew Shield. This stuff's all there to make sure there's no bacteria in your beer. I bought the Cooper's Lager and the DIY Beer Cooper's Brew Enhancer. I'm hoping it's going to taste alright. I don't mind Cooper's beer as a rule. But the general gist is that they tell me is 23 litres of water, mix this one, which is your brew enhancer, with this lovely looking stuff, looks a bit like golden syrup or honey. And then I guess the reality is we add the yeast, little sachet of yeast, that's our life for the beer. And let's be fair, beer's been helping white guys dance since, forever. It's a pretty important product in modern society, beer, I think so anyway. So this will be going into the office / Lieberland embassy. And I'm going to mix it all together here in a second. I'll give it a good stir and we'll put it on to brew, and it'll take a couple of weeks. I think it's according to the packet, 6-7 weeks. But we'll check it as we go, and the water's at 23 litres, the thing holds 30. By the end of it, it should be almost doubled. There'll be all this biological activity from the yeast, so it's going to be really cool. And I'll start whacking this stuff in, and you'll just have to bear with me. Well, that's kind of watchable, isn't it?
It was fantastic. Very thoughtful.
Thank you for your commentary in the background, young lady.
I didn't say anything.
I'm only stirring, she's alright. So we've got a sanitised spoon, in goes the first lot. I'm going to whack it in. Yeah, it's still alright. That's okay. Real people do real things, remember? That's the whole thing. So we're stirring this in again, it's like golden syrup or honey.
Yeah.
It looks all gooey. Actually, I'm going to grab a pair of scissors, maybe this one. Might as well make yourself useful. Can't just be a pretty face your whole life.
Hey,
Well, okay, I can be, but I'm an exceptionally pretty face.
But I'm also a brain.
Goodness me.
Very much.
So as we tip that one in, and again, there's going to be some serious brewers out there who are going to go, "You're mad, that was a disaster," and that's okay. This is just a reality that we're going to learn as we go, and it'll be fun. So the serious, yeah, just cut it open, we'll pour it in. So for the serious brewers, don't be offended. I'm not trying to be an expert. Just a guy who's having an experimentation with some home brewing. Oh, yep, beauty. Thank you, my dear. So we'll pour this sucker in. Again, this is the idiot-proof kit, I'm told. So it should be just a matter of mix. It's like baking a cake from a packet, they tell me. Now, where's my sterilised spoon? Look at this stuff. It's epic.
So how does it get the bubbles?
The bubbles, they give you tablets called, what are they called? Fermentation, carbonisation tablets. So we've got some over there in the cupboard, so we don't need them until we're bottling.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Since you're the magician's assistant, you want to open that little one and pour it in as well?
Yes, sir.
I don't know about the third thing.
I thought you were trying to train me well.
Less than that, so I think you're a bit beyond the training help. So still a bit in here. I'm just going to add a bit of water and try and slush it out a bit. And part of the reason I decided to use this for the Danny Hill series is...
I shot it.
Oh, you've already added... Yep, there's your yeast, beautiful. Yeast is the same stuff we use to make bread and stuff like that. I know from the whole shipping paper a fair bit about yeast. It's pretty interesting how it all works.
The yeast infection.
It's pretty cool stuff. The yeast infection's a totally different thing. And that's probably oversharing, huh?
I don't have it, I'm just saying.
Oh, you don't have it? Oh, right. You obviously know what a yeast infection is.
Yeah, I've watched enough TV shows to know,
Oh,
to hear it
yeah.
commented.
Yogurts to go, they tell me. Natural yogurt solve those problems. They're more ladies' problems.
I didn't know that.
So I'm like a doctor as well in my spare time. Alright, so that's all that gear in there. You give it a bit of a stir in. The yeast will all start getting activated. And in the office I've actually set up a little heat pad because it's bloody cold at the moment. It's totally messed up cold. Apparently in New South Wales in the news today is the coldest day in Australia or something for 100 years. Global warming at its finest. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. These heat pads, they sort of help you get your beer up to temperature because for it to work, the yeast needs to activate. Yeast is like a living organism, needs to be at a certain temperature. And this little heat pad that I'm going to take it in and put it on top of in a minute will allow that to happen. So, alright, we're all up to it. We're going to kick off. Throw that over there. Sterilised. Put our lid on. And that's all been sterilised as well with all the brew stuff. And the only catch is this little contraption here. Best I understand, and I again could be wrong. No expert here. I need to put some water in it, and that'll stop, or it doesn't allow bacteria in, but it allows problems out, seems to be the general gist of it. So, this needs to go in this little hole here, and that'll be all good. I'll top that up in a minute. I'm going to take it in and put it onto our heat pad, and then hopefully in a few weeks, we'll have a little couple of minute video on bottling and buggering around, and I'll learn that one and I'll either get it right or I won't, but that's part of this whole little process is new skills and ideas and techniques. So, alright guys, talk in a couple of weeks.